mean, but we have these emotions inside of a little thing, we are crying. So you need that kind of man that will cuddle you, that will always ask you, how are you doing, baby? So let him be caring, number one. Forget all this one that people are saying. Channel, a very beautiful day to everybody, different parts of the world, wherever you are. Yes, you guessed right. I'm at my step and I'm doing this video. If you've not yet subscribed, don't forget to turn on that bell sign button. That's way whenever we have new videos, you'll be the first people to be notified about that. And for those that subscribe, thank you very much for your love, for your support, for a lot of things that I can't even mention enough of it. So thank you very much. So today we have a topic that we need to deal with. Yes, a lot of people are finding it so confusing these days, that why is it difficult for them to settle down, to get the right man for them. And that takes us into the science of the right man to marry. I know we can't get the right man. In fact, for me to use that term, the right man, pardon me, one day they will spend the rest of their life with that particular partner. Okay, so I want to know, what are the signs of the right man to marry? Yes, sometimes it's so confusing. I understand your plea, I understand your plight, I understand what it means, okay, to settle with the right man. The only thing I have to advise everyone here that are intending to settle down, first of all, just know that you will not meet that perfect person. You will not meet that perfect person. And there are some things that you should know, okay, within you at least. For somebody to settle down, we're not talking about those immature, because marriage has to do with maturity. You have to be matured. I mean, maturity in your speech, maturity in your attitude, maturity in the way you deal with things. You understand what I mean by that? So it takes maturity to settle down. It takes so much maturity, because I know you will not understand now, but by the time you settle down, you will understand better what I'm trying to explain to you and what I'm trying to let you understand. So you need maturity to settle down with that right person, and you need to let you know that at least before you settle down with that person, there are some things that attracted you to that person. There are some things, even if I thought there are not some things, because we know sometimes you might see that person that you never expected that you're going to settle down with. You might just see that person, like at the end of the day, you're sitting down with that person and you're like, I can't believe that I was later settled down with you, because those are the people, like the person you're settled down with in future, like maybe for instance, presently, and you'll be asking yourself, is this really true that I'm now settling down with you, because you never expected it? So we want to try as much as we can to see how we can deal with that, the little that we can. Like I always say, yeah, I always try to bring out my best, but my best might not be enough. But it's good that you learn some things that will also help you. Okay, so that's why I'm here to bring those signs, those things that will make you understand that this is the right person for you. So these are the signs. Number one sign is he's independent. I wrote everything down because I don't want to forget anything. I don't even want to miss it, because you really need this. Yeah, you really need this. Those that are out there planning to settle down, you need this, because marriage is futuristic. Is that person that, except maybe if you're not serious to settle down permanently with that person, is that person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. So you need these signs. You need these signs. Don't let your eye deceive you. No, yes. And for every one of us that have settled down, that are married now, we had choices. Like when we were little, we're having this desire of the kind of man we want to settle down with. We want to be a princess, we want to be in his hands, we want to be that person that will be loved. Okay, so these are the things that you need to know. So one of them is, let him be independent from his parents. He should be independent from his parents. We know there are some men, in fact, some of our ladies now that have settled down, that are in their homes, that are in their marriage, they are really finding this difficult. Like the man that they are married to is not yet matured. In terms, like what I mean by that, being independent, which is our first point, they are not independent yet. They are still depending on, like as if that maybe they are still with their parents. Any little thing that I know a lot of us understand, those that settle down, that are married, even those that have had some kind of relationship at the time, maybe later on didn't work out, and you had some experiences that you gathered from that person before you broke up. Okay, some of them, there are some things that they do, it's just like they're still little, they're still in the hands of their parents. We know we grew up from our parents, and you can imagine spending, if it's 30 years before you got married, or maybe it all depends on the age gap or the age range you were before you left and became independent of yourself. Okay, then that age, imagine spending the half of your years with your parents. Okay, we know what it feels like. Maybe later on you got married and it's just like you're still independent. The man in particular will always be calling on the mom any decision that he wants to take, rather than involving the wife and letting the wife know. We choose to always interfere, like call the parents, always calling them in any decision they wants to make. So this sometimes is a trouble. So if you find that kind of man, and you need to have eyes, like what I mean by eyes, you need to have these eyes. Ask God to give you that eyes, because it's just supernatural. Like, let God, there's just a kind of intuition. You should have this sign inside of you that this is the right person. At least before. That's why it's good to always court. I'm not saying courtship should not lead to sex. Understand? Courtship means like you both should know each other before you settle down. So if it's the kind of person that you will settle down with, because like I said before, marriage is futuristic. Marriage is for life. Like, this is the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life. So you need a lot of details to keep you in that marriage. So let the man be independent. Let the man not be that kind of person that any decision that he wants to take, he will first of all beckon on the mom, beckon on the family members, and tell them this is what I want to do before you not start telling the wife. So some homes are finding it difficult. Like some of these women, or maybe some men do also. They do that. Okay, some of our women, if like just like they're still with their parents, if they want to buy any clothes or they want to cook for their husband, there's some women that still does that. They want to cook any food for their husband, first of all call their mom, please, I want to do it this way, I don't know whether it's good. No, at least when you are starting in that marriage, you might always beckon on them, because it's just like you are still with your parents. But the time will come, you don't need them to run some things. You need to, that's why I said marriage, you need a matured mind, wisdom of God, to be able to do all the things that is involved in marriage. So we know at the earlier stage you have to always beckon on your parents, you have to always involve them, tell them this is the decision you want to take. But the time will come, you just know that yes, you settled down. You have to cuddle that person that God has given to you to spend the rest of your life with. Okay, so let that person be dependent. Don't always be the kind of man or the woman, maybe later on if you are already married, that will always be calling on your parents. Yes, in the earlier stage you might always call them on some decision that you want to take, but later on let those attitudes drop. So if you're the kind of woman that want to settle down with that man, look out for this things. Let the man be independent. Let him not be there are some women, they call the men how do I say, baby, like baby's boy. Yes, they say it's a baby's boy, like mama's boy. Yes, a mama's boy. So some women do call some of these men mama's boy. So don't be a mama's boy, don't be a mama's girl. Okay, just be yourself. At the earlier stage in my call, okay, I understand the feeling, because you spend most of your life with your parents. But time will come when you will need God to guide you, to help you through, to be on your own, to know that yes, this is yours. So these are the things you have to look at. Let the man be or the woman be independent. Don't always depend on parents. So I've really explained that enough. I hope you understand. So the second one, that let him be loving. Because the topic that we're dealing with today is getting the right man, to know the signs of the right man to settle down with. Sorry for the noise at the background, because I'm at my balcony, and this video is very, very important for me. So that's why I'm doing it. So the second one, let him be caring. Let the man be caring. Since we women, we are naturally, like, this is how we are created. We are emotional. We have this emotional inbuilt inside of us. It's not us. It's just how God did it. Because just like Bible said, we are weaker vessels. It's not like we are weaker vessels, but we have these emotions inside of a little thing. We are crying. So you need that kind of man that will cuddle you, that will always ask you, how are you doing, baby? So let him be caring, number one. Forget all this one that people are saying. If you like maybe a woman or a lady that have not yet settled down, okay, and it's like before I will settle down, maybe his age is already running or not by her side, and people are asking what is even going on. Maybe some men have come to ask for her and a hand in marriage, and there's some things that as a lady you are seeing that you don't like. It's not loving, it's not caring, which is the second point that I'm dealing with today. It's not loving, it's not caring. And some people are like, you're so selfish, why can't you just settle down? We know you're not going to make that perfect person, but 100% they might not be loving and caring. Please, half of it, let them be loving, let them be caring, because you need it. You need it like a woman. Like a woman needs it, because this is us. We need pets. We need those things that will always make us blush, that will always make us fall for our men. So those are the signs you have to also check out. Let them be caring and be loving. The third one is let them be trustworthy. Let them be trustworthy. Let them be responsible. Let them not be a cheat. A kind of man that will not be a cheat, you will know. That's why I always said before I started, I said it's good to court. To court means that to know that person more, to know who that, because don't be I don't, sorry to use that word, don't be a vagabond. You're just there in that relationship and you don't know what you want. Before you start, you know, thinking of the future, settle down that person, look out for distance, let him be trustworthy, let him not be a cheat, let him not be that kind of person, because there are some men that are like that. They will take you out. When they see any little girl passing with their skimpy skirts, they are looking, they are just stretching their eye, and you are there before them. So these are the things, the third things that you have to also check out for. Let them be trustworthy, let them be, you know, responsible. Let them be responsible. When you go out with them, be proud of this kind of men. Those are the things you have to look out for too. We know that they might not be, but at least these points I've listed out, let them have half of it. Let them be caring, let them be responsible, let them be not be a cheat. Let them not be a cheat. You will see these things, okay? But I know that at least we know that some girls, they tell themselves that age is not by their side. At least anyone that just come now, they will just settle down. No, it's better to be unmarried, be happy, rather than being married and we are not happy. So I know that it's not going to be easy for you to choose that perfect person that you want, but let them have at least half of it, okay? So our fourth point is let him have confidence in you, even if at all you are not there with him. We know there are some there are some relationships that are distant. Let him have that trust in you. Let him trust you that anywhere you are, if you are with him together, and you should not be checking your phone. There's no need, because he trusts you, okay? So that is just what, let him be that person that will trust you. Even if at all you are taking your call and you are going out and he's not there, you don't want him to hear what you are discussing with that person that you are on the end of the phone discussing with. Let him always trust you. Let it, because there's some men that are like that. When you go out, they will ask you, they will call you more than 100 times. Where are you? Why is he spending time there? What is wrong with you? And that alone has caused a lot of breakups in marriages. Let him be that kind of person that at least before you are courting him, that courtship, anywhere you are, he will always trust you. You will not be that kind of person that will call you if you are close to him, he's checking your phone. So these are the qualities also they have to also look out for. So our fourth one is let him always appreciate you, my dear. This is very, very important. In fact, I have to take time to talk about this. Let him always appreciate you. The effort that you put, because you know, like I'm a woman, all right, if you don't know that, women need appreciation. You see these ones that I know that some girls, they are looking out for money. Those are the things that they want. They want money. Guy that's a settled, guy that is, you know, where to do, that's what they call is ready made. Yes, they need those kind of men, all right. But there is nothing like a man that appreciates you. Anything that you will do for him, even if at all it might not be so much expensive things. We know that during the time of his birthday, you are buying a card. There are some men that are finding it so offensive that the woman is buying a card. Why there are some of the men, you buy that card and you buy that card with love. You buy that card, there are a lot of feeling that you attached in that card. You are giving that, how do I say it? That's a gift card you are giving to him. If it's gift card, anything, if it's jewelry, depends on your capability. That kind of man that will see that gift that you gave to him, that will appreciate you, rather than that woman that will, like that lady that will buy a car for his boyfriend or maybe his future partner. Okay, so he will appreciate with that little things you have done for him. So those are the things you have to look out for. He's there, always calling you anywhere you are. He will call you almost. I know it doesn't have to do with that. It doesn't have to do with the how many times that they call you to ask what you are doing. I know that sometimes it's even so irritating. I know there are some people, they are understanding what I'm trying to explain to them. You will be in a relationship with a guy and he's there calling you more than, in fact, he will call you and call the time it will even be irritating you as the lady. Don't call me, your calling is too much. Sorry, if you're in that kind of situation, I understand your feeling. But also look at it in another way around, that he loves you. There are some things that really is so in you that make them always want to call you. He wants to always be close to you. And that time, like before you settle the, like, because you know, when you are married, sometimes those love will just vanish. Just take it. They will give you care, that you just take everything that you need to take at the earliest stage before, because the time will come when you will be 5 years, 6 years. There's some marriages, that love and that care will not be there because kids have come. Okay, it's just like the children have taken over the love that he's shifting to you. So that's why I said maturity is also important in marriage, for you to understand that a time has come, kids have come, the love will be shared. It's not only the man that will share the love between the kid and the wife, but also the woman will share the love between the kid, because sometimes you see the kids, you both want to stay together and have a silent time together. You want to have a lonely time. Before you know what's happening, the kids are already running around the bed. So those are what I mean. So it needs maturity to overcome that. And the last one is he's calm and patient. He's a person that is calm. He's a person that is patient. He will not see people, most of his, like he calls them, say his mates, you see them riding a big car, and they were like, I just really treasure this car, I want to buy this car. And you, that is the woman or that is the lady there that will settle down with that kind of man in future, you already know that he's not able, that he's not capable to buy that car. You know that what he's doing can't. You already know that this kind of person is like, he has so much big, like it's him. He doesn't even care what he does for money. So it should be calm, it should be quiet, it should not always be a shouty person, understand? So those are the things. Though it's good to be quiet, that kind of man should be quiet, but not be over quiet, because the time will come you will want to, like, you need him to protect you. You'll be in the midst of where people will be talking you down, like in the midst of your home, maybe in future, that is family. Okay, you need him to support you, some kind of thing. So let him not be too quiet, let him at least have reasoning. All right, so these are the points I'm able to choose. Like I said before, in my channel, these are the topics that I like, I love them, this is just my calling. All right, so choose what will be best for you and take it, and you know, try and ask God to help you and guide you on that right man for you. Like I said, nobody's perfect, and we can't see 100% perfect. Sometimes some of them will even come and be pretending as if they are the nicest guy, right? Pretending, but just have a third eye. What I mean by third eye, just be very, very sensitive and let your intuition lead you, because it's future we're talking about. The man you're going to accept, maybe you don't want to stay in that marriage. You're not the kind of woman that wants to stay married forever with that man. So these are the things you have to look out for and be guided by God. So I love you guys. I've taken the video too long. So if you love what we share today, please don't forget to subscribe.